Hey everyone, what I would like to do in this video is talk about 16 gigabytes of RAM versus 32 gigabytes of RAM, focusing mainly on video editing and whether there's any benefit, any performance jump in sticking extra RAM into your laptop. Now, if you're not a video editor, if you're not a YouTuber, this is going to be a boring video, but this is something which I think most people come across at one point. If you've got a laptop, there will come a point where you need to either upgrade certain parts or you need to replace the laptop. And I've kind of been in that limbo this year. I've already got 32 gigabytes of RAM in my PC, but my laptop, this HP laptop here, only had 16 gigabytes of RAM. But I would say that this has been a great laptop for video editing and just as a general laptop. It's got a 4K screen. It's got 512 gigabytes of NVMe SSD storage. It's got a quadro GPU. So overall, it's been good for me. For 1080p videos, it's normally okay. There has been a few long videos that's, got a lot of effects and filters and different things that it's kind of stuttered. It's been a little bit slow. But on the whole, it's been okay. And for like 4K videos, playback was always a little bit stuttery, kind of skipped around and all that. But for the most part, this has been a fantastic laptop. But I did want to do some upgrades. And what I bought about 6 weeks ago was the Samsung 970 EVO Plus. And that's a 1 terabyte drive. I will do a separate video talking about this in video editing. And I also bought 32 gigabytes of RAM, HyperX. So this particular 32 gigabyte memory kit, it's DDR4, 2666, and it's CL15. So what I've done is a series of tests. When I first replaced the RAM, before I replaced the RAM, I did a video test, and then after replacing the RAM and upgrading, I did some more video tests, and then today I did some more. So the initial tests were 1080p, and today I recorded some videos on the GoPro. I really just kind of sat and recorded like that, recorded my keyboard, and I recorded a video 4K at 30 frames per second and then another at 60 frames per second. So as far as upgrades go, yeah, RAM is probably one of the easiest things that you can upgrade in any laptop. You pop open the back of the laptop and then you just kind of pop open the little clips. The old RAM pops out, you slot the new RAM in until it clicks and you're good to go. It's a very simple upgrade. Now, before I upgraded, I did some tests. So what I actually did was I found the video of my review of this. This is like a magic arm for action cameras. And I did a review of this. It was recorded in 1080p at 60 frames per second. And with 16 gigabytes of RAM in Adobe Premiere Pro, which is what I was using for the comparisons, there was about 15.8 gigabytes of RAM, and I left 2 gigabytes of RAM for other applications. And so when I've did these tests, I've had Premiere Pro open and the Media Encoder. Now, when I encoded the review of that video, 1080p, it was using about 15 gigabytes or so of the full 15.8 gigabytes of RAM. It kind of dropped down to 14 gigabytes a little bit, but the final video took about 8 minutes 20 seconds to load. So that's with the Samsung hard drive. Take this out of the equation because I've not put any files on this at all. This is completely out of the equation. Excuse me. But it took 8 minutes 20 seconds to encode. So that's with 16 gigabytes of RAM. So then I did the upgrade. I put in 32 gigabytes of RAM, and it was using about 19.5 gigabytes of RAM initially, and then kind of leveled out about 18 gigabytes of RAM. And the video encoded in 8 minutes 13 seconds. So what I'm telling you here is that for the video review, the 1080p video review that I did, a month or two ago, when I upgraded from 16 gigabytes of RAM to 32 gigabytes of RAM, I only shaved off 7 seconds from the encoding. It's not a lot. It really isn't a lot. So looking at that alone, nothing else, it doesn't look like the RAM upgrade was worth it. There's other things to take into account here, but it is worth pointing out that when I upgraded the RAM, I went into Premiere Pro and I changed the allocated RAM so that there was 4 gigabytes of RAM for other applications. So essentially I went from 14 gigabytes of usable RAM to 28 gigabytes of usable RAM by Premiere Pro. That's what Adobe can use. It can use 28 gigabytes now instead of 14. And it's kind of interesting that it didn't need all that RAM. It didn't need it. It only used about 18 gigabytes of RAM. You know, for average, it kind of went up and down at the start, but on average, it was using 18 gigabytes of RAM. So it's easy to jump to conclusions with that, but for 1080p video, and you know, I've did some other tests as well that I didn't, you know, write down the times, but I would say that for 1080p video, if you're publishing most of your videos at 1080p, if you're not using a ton of effects in your YouTube videos or Vimeo videos, Twitch videos, whatever you're recording, then I don't think there's a massive reason to jump from 16 gigabytes of RAM to 32 gigabytes of RAM. And this is what Adobe say as well. If you go to the Adobe Premiere Pro system requirements, they say that they recommend 16 gigabytes of RAM for HD media, 32 gigabytes of RAM for 4K or higher. And that is why I did some 4K video tests. Now, in hindsight, I probably should have recorded with my Canon camera in 4K, because GoPro's encoding and things like that, the file sizes are actually quite small. For 4K anyway, they're quite small. But yeah, the first video that I did was 5 minutes long. It was 4K at 30 frames per second. So how did it go? 16 versus 32. Now, of course, at this point, I already had 32 gigabytes of RAM in my laptop. So what I did was go in and I just limited it so that there was about 13.8 gigabyte of usable RAM for Premiere Pro. When I did that, interestingly, with 16 gigabyte of RAM, 4K 30 frames per second, it was still using about 15.2 gigabytes of RAM in total by the task manager, but that's to be expected because Windows and other things are being run. So 15.2 gigabytes of RAM was being used, and the video encoded in 4 minutes and 35 seconds. I then increased the allocation in Premiere Pro from about 13.8 to 27.6, whatever it may be, basically 14 to 28 gigabytes. So I've doubled the amount of RAM that's allocated to Premiere Pro, and it took 4 minutes 45 seconds. So this was a little bit strange. I found this strange when I did this test. It took 10 seconds longer to encode, right? But 16.7 gigabyte of RAM was being used. So really, Adobe was using another 1.5 gigabytes of RAM. So for whatever reason, Adobe, for a 4K video file at 30 frames per second, only required another 1.5 gigabytes of RAM. But for whatever reason, it took 10 seconds longer to encode. I'm not sure why, because I kept everything else the same. There was nothing else in memory or anything else that was causing any problems. So I'm sure if I did lots of tests, maybe I would get some different results. But again, that's showing that 32 gigabytes of RAM isn't making a huge difference there. Now, I did the same test again, but this time 4K 60 frames per second. So the file size was bigger, not only because I used 60 frames per second, but also because the file was not 5 minutes long, it was about 10.5 minutes long. So the file was bigger overall. Now, for the 16 gigabyte RAM test, it was using about 11.5 gigabytes of RAM and took 16 minutes 16 seconds to encode. Now, again, I'm not sure why Adobe wasn't using the full allocation there. I'm really not sure why. It only needed 11.5. This might be because of the video that I recorded. Maybe there wasn't enough happening in the video. Maybe there wasn't enough light. I'm not sure, but for whatever reason, about 11.5 gigabytes of RAM was being used, despite being just under 14 gigabytes available to the application. I then did the same test with 32 gigabytes of RAM, so just under 28 gigabytes of RAM available for Adobe Premiere Pro, and this time it used 15.1 gigabytes of RAM, so it's using about 3.6 gigabytes of extra RAM, and this time it took 15 minutes 56 seconds to encode the video. So what's that? 20 seconds slower with 32 gigabytes of RAM. So it's a lot of it. It's a bit of a mouthful trying to get through all of this, and I do recognize that. But really, what I've did here is I've tested 16 gigabyte versus 32 gigabyte for a 1080p video, for a 4K 30 frames per second video file, and then 4K at 60. And once or twice, the 32 gigabyte of RAM allocation, when I did tests, it was actually longer, but most of the time it was shaving a little time off, but I'm talking a little time. 7 seconds, 10 seconds. So on the surface, I would say that for most people, for basic videos, for 1080p videos anyway, I wouldn't say that the 32 gigabyte RAM upgrade is worth it. But this isn't really telling you the full picture. Firstly, it is because the 4K video files that I uploaded was a single 4K video file. If I had an hour of 4K video, if I had lots of effects, lots of clips, lots of editing, I suspect Premiere Pro would have used a ton of RAM. It would have used as much as it could. And it's the same even for a 1080p video. If I had a ton of effects, if I was doing lots of different clips all showing at once, chances are it would have needed more RAM to run all that. And the tests that I've run, in hindsight, were probably a little bit too basic. But also, 32 gigabytes of RAM also gives you a little bit more RAM for scrubbing and playback. I have noticed that for some of the files, some of the videos that I recorded for YouTube, where perhaps playback was, maybe a little bit stuttery, a little bit kind of skipping a little bit, with 16 gigabytes of extra RAM, 32 gigabytes of RAM total, I did find that playback was a little bit better. So I would say that despite those times perhaps not saying that anything is better here, scrubbing and playback is a little bit better. And if I had to add more effects, I have no doubt that that additional RAM would be much more useful. But again, like I said, I'm not really telling the full picture here, because in all of these tests, I had Premiere Pro open and the Media Encoder and the Task Manager. That's all I really had open, and I was trying to close other applications. But that's not how I normally work. If I'm at this computer with 32 gigabytes of RAM, I'll also have Chrome open with like 10 tabs. I'll also have Photoshop and, a number of different other applications, maybe a file uploader, maybe a text editor, if I'm working on my websites. So what I'm trying to say here is, at 16 gigabytes of RAM, Adobe Premiere Pro was pretty much using all the RAM that it could for my 1080p and 4K videos. When I upgraded and added another 16 gigabytes, when it's 32 gigabytes of RAM, it only seems to use another few gigabytes of RAM and, in general for most of my videos. And the encode times aren't really anything to shout about. But what it does give me is a lot more RAM to play with in my system, because I don't have to now just have Premiere Pro open and let that run itself so that I can use all the RAM for Premiere Pro. I can now keep open Photoshop, Chrome with 10 tabs, text editors. I can open up a number of different applications and can continue to do video editing and encoding. So, the times there are maybe suggesting that a 32 gigabyte RAM upgrade isn't really worth it. And in many respects it isn't, because when you replace 16 gigabytes of RAM, chances are you can't just buy another 16 gigabyte module. Chances are you've got two 8 gigabyte sticks and you have to buy a 32 gigabyte memory kit, which means that you're spending a lot of money. And, this is what happens in tech for a lot of things. And it's the same with RAM. It's kind of the law of the diminishing returns. 16 gigabytes of RAM, I would say that for most laptops right now, is still the sweet spot. I've got 8 gigabytes of RAM. I've got 8 gigabytes in my Surface Pro 6, and it's not enough. It does kind of hold you back a little bit. 16 gigabytes continues to be the sweet spot. It is perfect for video editing for most 1080p videos. But what I've got in here is 32 gigabytes. It's going to give me a lot of breathing space. It means that I can be a little bit lazy perhaps and keep things open. I can keep Chrome open. I can keep different apps open, which saves me time. And I'll get a little bit quicker encoding. And if I ever upgrade to 4K videos on YouTube and I start doing more action camera clips and I start putting them all together with effects, then I suspect if I'm editing it on this, then I should be able to reduce the encoding time and perhaps get playback, a little bit better. It won't be skipping as much. But if I'm honest though, I thought the encoding times would have been drastically better. I really did think that jumping from 16 gigabytes to 32 gigabytes, taking the 1080p video, for example, I thought it would drop from like 820 down to like 630. It didn't. I didn't shave 2 minutes off. I shaved 7 seconds off. So there has been a performance upgrade into this laptop. I did spend a few $100 or pounds, whatever. I bought it from Amazon.com. That's why I'm saying both. I did spend a little bit of money to get the upgrade. And in some respects, it's perhaps not as good as I thought it would be, but I don't regret it. 32 gigabytes is going to future-proof this laptop, but when I upgrade this laptop, I can put these 16 gigabyte sticks back in when I sell this, and I can put the 32 gigabytes of RAM into the new laptop. So I think I'll be able to use that RAM for the next few years, and maybe in a year or two, maybe 16 gigabyte won't be enough, and maybe 32 gigabytes will be the sweet spot. Technology moves forward, and so do the requirements of videos. When you're using, different video files and 4K videos, and you're implementing different things, your video files get bigger, and you need to push your system more. So, yeah. I've kind of drawn my own conclusions from this, guys, but don't take everything that I've said here as gospel. What I wanted to do with all these video tests is really just to share what I've learned from upgrading from 16 to 32. Hopefully this will point you in the right direction. I know there's a lot of people out there that are maybe thinking about upgrading themselves. Sometimes, especially if you are paying a company themselves, like that laptop company, if you go to Apple, it can be an expensive upgrade. But if you can upgrade yourself, sometimes it pays to just get as little RAM as possible and just buy the RAM yourself whenever you need it. That's not always an option because a lot of RAM is soldered onto the laptop itself. But if you can upgrade, if you're looking at your laptop and you're always using like 15, 16 gigabyte of RAM and your videos are maybe not encoding fast enough, or maybe you just can't multitask as much as you would like, maybe you want to consider upgrading to 32 gigabytes of RAM. Thanks for watching, guys. I know it's been a long video. It's been a kind of boring video looking at stats and specs, but hopefully some of you will find this useful. Until next time, guys, take care.